Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. Things are just loading in over there. I have been kind of not doing too many of these lately. It's been over a week, I think, since I've done a TerraFirmaCraft video. And part of the reason for that is that I have been in my eternal struggle looking to reduce operating costs. I've been looking at a couple different server hosts. Oh, I need more sand. Just chewing through the sand here. And if you've been watching for a while, you may be familiar with me looking up different server hosts. Maybe not. I'm not sure how much I've talked about it, but I have gone through, at last count, I believe I'm up to 4 different Minecraft server hosts. And none of them have had the ability to actually host a Minecraft server. Just like a basic vanilla server at an appropriate performance level. You know, every one of them claims that they can. They all claim to be the best, but every one of them has not been able to. They all have some form of lag, whether it's network lag, tick lag. Just, there's always something wrong with them. There's always a problem. And I am kind of a stickler for performance. So, as of now, and, well, for just over a year, I think, a year plus, I've been running this server on a dedicated server. I pay for a standalone piece of hardware in a data center every month. It costs about $100 Canadian a month, about $90 US. And it has been running phenomenally. It runs all of the servers that I have run. I've had, what was the highest? I'm trying to think of the highest load I've had. I had the TerraFirmaCraft, the original TerraFirmaCraft server, the vanilla server, a FTB server that was that thing was a hog. It was, wow. That thing chewed up the server. Plus the Terraria 2 Counter-Strike servers and a smattering of other stuff. All running at the same time, never had a problem. Well, I've taken down quite a few of those servers because nobody's ever on them. And I'm like, okay, currently we have 2 servers running on this. We have the vanilla and we have this one, the TerraFirmaCraft. This thing can handle way more than that. And I'm like, okay, I can go to a server host and I can get a 1 gig Minecraft server for $10 versus it's 1/10 the cost, and I would need obviously 2 of them because 2 servers. Well, it seems like none of these server hosts can actually do that. The people that I'm dealing with right now, I thought they could. They've been doing the whole server thing for quite some time, but yeah, I logged in. I got the server. I logged in with this world. I copied this particular build over and was getting all kinds of lag. Just brutal. But it's different than the lag I get right now. Like right now, a lot of the stuff I get is network related because my internet is not doing so hot. But I running into that problem. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some sort of memory issue going on. So I wiped it and put on the vanilla server. Less noticeable, but still pretty hefty. It was still noticeable. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do a basic modded system, because that's where I have the best tools, so I can check the TPS and everything. So that's what I did. the TPS on this, if I ran Opus, which is what I use to determine where lag is and everything, because if you've never used Opus, Opus is amazing. And yeah, on this server, I get between, what is it? What's my tick? It's between 9 and 15. 15 is if I'm out generating new chunks. It's supposed to be at most 20. 20 is where it should cap. Well, yeah, I don't get that. On that, its lowest was 15. And it would spike. With me just standing in one spot, it would spike up to 40. So, yeah, needless to say, that is not appropriate. And that's not on the TerraFirmaCraft. That was literally just a modded 1.64 world. The only mod, like, I had the 1.64 jar, I had the same version of Forge that I have on here, and I have the Opus mod. And the Mobius core, which is required for Opus. So each one of these blocks is a mod, or a jar file. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had, and it would spike up to 30. That is not good. Not good at all. And of course, I got the whole, oh, it's your network connection, which pisses me off when these server companies don't do anything and just blame the lowest common denominator instead of actually looking. And when I give you proof, you stick with your whole, oh no, it's your network connection. My network connection cannot affect server TPS. Thank you very much. So I've been in kind of a little kerfuffle with them. I'm currently talking to the CEO of the company, trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do. He is at least admitting that there's something strange going on. But he will not admit that this happens to other people. Apparently, I am just magical and have this ability on a brand new fresh wipe system to completely fuck it up. Except the ones that I actually run myself, which run flawlessly. I don't know. I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but these kind of things just kind of feed my arrogance. Because it's ridiculous. Like, you cannot tell me that you guys are the best of the best, but you can't run a tiny little vanilla server with a fresh world. Like, we ran it. What I ended up doing, because they apparently didn't like to get the TPS from Opus, that was apparently too much for them. So what I ended up doing is loaded up after they wiped the server on their end, completely wiped it, and we let it generate a whole new world. I hopped in, fresh vanilla world, hopped in and ran the debug command. If you're not familiar with the debug command in Minecraft, essentially it just spits out debug messages. It's mostly used by Mojang to figure out where problems are, but can be used to help find lag issues. Well, boy howdy, when you hit that, it's dumping out messages like a beast. Just vomiting them out. And I throw that to them. No, they didn't care for that. Finally, we're getting somewhere. I did a debug on a fresh. They actually moved. I know I'm bouncing around. They actually moved my server to new hardware. And this hardware was older, but it had much less load on it. Not that they had much load on it. They in their control panel, they list the actual memory usage and CPU usage of the physical server, which was only like 32% usage. So pretty low usage for a server that's hosting a bunch of Minecraft servers. There's no reason for there to be any lag. But there was. There definitely was. And I did a fresh 1.8 world and ran the debug, and within I think I only ran it for like 4 or 5 seconds, and there was a page of error messages, things going too slow with the tick times. So I sent that to them. I then went to our vanilla server, and that was with me just standing there staring, just like this, for, you know, however many seconds it actually was. Then I went to our vanilla server, and I actually walked around spawn. I went to Witten's mob farm, flicked on his mob farm, which, flick on the mob farm, that thing drops your frame rate down to, well, it drops it down by like 10, 20. Oh, it's daytime already. Drops it down by 10 or 20 frames, which is insane. That thing is brutal. Not a single too slow message. Not a one. Nothing. It was free and clear, crystal clear, beautiful. Everything was happy, singing and dancing. And I then, just as I was about to turn off the debugging, this went on for about 2 minutes, I think, that I did this. What have you done? Please tell me you haven't taken out my window. You took out my window. You bastard! Bastard tree. You are going to die. So, yeah. The Minecraft server then decided to save, which triggered a too slow because I just used physical hard drives. I don't have... God damn it. I don't have any, like, SSD. The server does not have an SSD in it because I'm a cheap bastard, and let's be honest, you don't really need it. Unless I had, like, 100 billion people on here. Not 100 billion, but you get my point. Having an SSD really isn't going to make a whole hell of a lot of difference. And I'm happy with the performance of this server. Break you. Fix you. You guys are good? Okay. I am going to leave that. Boop. So, yeah, that has been an interesting time. But I sent that to them along with the brand new report. And they're finally admitting that there might just be a problem. 2 separate physical servers having the same issue. And of course, they're like, no one's reported. Well, what I say to that is, okay, that's fine. No one has officially gone through 2 days of troubleshooting to prove your staff, who are really adamant that it's my network connection. I don't know many people that are actually going to go through that headache, that kind of issue. I need a shovel. Like, who's going to fight for that long? They're just going to say, fuck this, cancel their fucking subscription, or the alternative is that they're just going to go, oh, well, these guys are the experts, so it must be my internet connection, and they'll just live with it. Unfortunately, I'm way more stubborn than that. Way more stubborn. So I have not been very friendly to these guys either. At this point, I was really sickeningly nice. What was I looking for? Shovel. Just disgustingly nice. And once they told me that I had to do the exact same network test that I had done, like, they asked me to do this network test. Okay, I did the network test. I sent it to them. They replied back telling me to do it again. At that point, I'm like, fuck you. This isn't happening. This is what the problem is. Fix it. And of course, they came back saying, oh, there's no problem. CPU usage is really low. Shouldn't be any problem, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the CEO actually said, yeah, I can see a massive spike when you log in on the CPU. There's something up. Thank you. So I respect the CEO guy. The CEO, owner, founder, whatever you want to call him. He seems to actually have some sort of clue as to what he's talking about, but hasn't done anything yet. So right now, last thing I heard from him was he was giving me a bit of information about how their system setup works. Jesus, why do I have so much shit in my inventory? I don't need sticks. Fuck you, sticks. So, he's told me that they reduce the priority of empty servers, and they consider a server with one person on it an empty server. Okay, so that could explain issues when I'm the only one on. But I was doing a lot of this testing with Witten, which makes 2, which should bump it up. Not to mention, the priority would really only count if the server was under load. The server is not under load. Unless something is lying, the server is nowhere near loaded enough to actually cause an issue. I don't know what they're smoking, but they're basically just trying to avoid actually having to fix a problem with their design, because one person is very adamant about it and not anybody else. So my suggestion for people who have servers that they are having performance problems, obviously accept it if it's your network. You know, if you're having network issues and you've done testing that kind of supports the whole you're having network issues, you're having network issues. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you're showing consistent proof, and see, that's a network issue. That's dropped packets. But if you're able to consistently show that there is an issue with the performance of the actual server, and TPS is a great way to do it. Great way to figure that out. Then stick to your guns. Do not let them tell you that it's a network issue. You know, you very well might have a network issue, but a network issue is not going to directly affect the server performance, at least not to the extent that they're trying to tell me it will. I am bouncing all over the place. Alright, let's just throw some of this shit in here, because I don't need this. I just need to dig. So that's where I'm sitting. I'm still fighting with them. I've asked them for a refund twice now, and both times my request has been ignored. Not even acknowledged, nothing. Just completely ignored. But he's been good about answering every other question, so I'm not gonna push it too much. But what I am going to do is I am going to put the link in the description. Or not the link, but the IP. Feel free to fuck around with it. I am not keeping it up after this month. So once my 30 days are up, or whatever the hell it is coming down, and that will be the end of it. Unless they get it fixed. And in that particular case, it will then be whitelisted and all that. But for now, I'm going to list it in here. Feel free to join. Feel free to do whatever the fuck you want with it. I don't really care. If you want to make some massive frickin' contraption in it that is known to cause server lag, by all means, do it. Break the fuck out of it. I don't really care. But I do ask that if you're on there with other people, be nice, be considerate, be polite, all that wonderful fun stuff. But the server's not whitelisted. It should be able to hold 15 people. If I need to get on there to do some testing, I will probably kick people, or I will just shut the server down and kick everyone. Don't take it personally. It's for testing purposes. That's all we're doing, is we're just testing. Now that that has been said, and that's it for the bitchiness. And we're close to the end of the episode. Not that we've done anything especially interesting here, but I am going to mention that I am going to start giving away some keys. I'm going to start going through my game library. I have quite a few unused games from Humble Bundles and whatnot that I want to gift out, and just general games. And I'm probably going to be getting some Steam keys for some other games in the near future. So I have a couple ideas for how I want to give these away, but they're not going to work for for Humble Bundle keys. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do those. I want it to be as fair as possible. The method that I'm thinking of is essentially, I'm going to put the key in a video. Usually it'll be a video that relates to what the game is, like what the key is for. But not necessarily. So it really depends on... What the fuck do I need sticks for? It really depends on... well, how I can do it. Like, some games just don't really lend themselves well to having keys put in them. But with Steam keys are fairly easy. My thoughts for that are essentially, like, say, here. I will actually put the Steam key on here, overlaid over top of the video, so it looks like it's on the wood, or I'll put it, like, on there. But it'll be done in such a way that it'll be hard to read it, but it won't be completely invisible. I'm going to try to color match it, but offset it a little bit. Just so that it's fairly... It's legible, and you'll know that there's something there. It'll, for the most part, look off. And it'll definitely be something... I don't know. I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking without actually showing it. And don't worry, this particular video is not going to have one of those keys, because I currently don't know any Steam keys that are available. I'm going to have to go through what I've got. Other things I'll do various little contests for. Just random stupid things like, you know, guess how many blocks are in here. I don't know. Something stupid. Just something stupid. How many seeds do I get when I use a stack of bone meal on grass in vanilla? I don't know. Just something simple, something that'll be fairly easily guessed, and it will always be closer. It'll be in the last half of the video. But I also want to mark the video as one that has a key in it, but I don't want to mark it as, you know, key. So there's a lot of things that I haven't quite figured out yet and how I want to do it. So suggestions are great. Like, one thing that I'm always reminded of when I'm thinking of marking things is back when the last time I ever played the lottery, like scratch tickets, if you scratched the barcode area underneath the, you know, the part that says don't scratch here until you've scratched the ticket. Yeah, under there, if it was a winning ticket, there would be like these triangles, like almost like that. Not that you can actually do triangles in a block game, but, you know, whatever. And that indicated you were a loser, I think, actually. I can't remember. It's been years. Been years. And I know they've changed it. But yeah, that kind of deal. Just a symbol or an icon that's somewhere within there that's obscure, that's not going to be able to, you know, pick up be picked up by like bots or anything. Just some random symbol within it. I don't know. If anybody's got any suggestions on that, feel free to let me know. I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching me dig some dirt and listen to me bitch about server providers. And yeah, we will see you next time. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, or add me to your Google Plus circles. I also have a Patreon campaign going on. Feel free to support me on there if you so desire. And if you want to see more, click that subscribe button.